The veterinarian said it was impossible. The footage proved otherwise. Dr. Henry Sato had practiced veterinary medicine for 26 years. He had treated golden retrievers with separation anxiety, border collies who herded children, and one particularly determined dachshund who had tunneled through a plaster wall to reach a litter of kittens. He thought he had seen the full range of canine behavior. Then, Michelle Okafor showed him the baby monitor footage on her phone, and he sat down very slowly in his office chair and watched it 3 times without speaking. The footage showed a 5-pound Yorkshire Terrier named Pepper standing on a changing table beside a sleeping 7-month-old named Elias, pressing her tiny nose against the baby's right ear and holding it there for 11 minutes. 11 minutes without moving, without breaking contact. A 5-pound dog balancing on a changing table pad with her nose inside a baby's ear canal. At 2:30 in the morning, Michelle had found the footage because Elias had been pulling at his right ear for 4 days. Not his left ear, his right ear specifically. The pediatrician had looked at it on Thursday and seen nothing. No redness, no swelling, no fluid behind the eardrum. Teething, she said. Babies pull at their ears when they're teething. But Pepper had been doing something odd since Monday. Every time Elias was placed on the changing table, which happened 6 to 8 times per day, Pepper would jump up beside him and push her nose against his right ear. Michelle would push her away. Pepper would jump back up. Michelle would put Pepper on the floor. Pepper would jump back up. By Wednesday, Michelle was frustrated. By Thursday, after the pediatrician found nothing, she was annoyed. By Friday, when she happened to check the monitor footage from the previous night and saw the 11-minute vigil, she was frightened. She called Dr. Sato because he was the only person she could think of who might not laugh at her. "I think my dog is trying to tell me something about my son's ear," she said. And even as she said it, she heard how it sounded. Dr. Sato did not laugh. He asked 3 questions. How long had the behavior been occurring? Was it always the same ear? Had the dog shown any other unusual behaviors? Michelle answered, 5 days, always the right ear. And yes, Pepper had also been sleeping under the crib instead of in her own bed, and she had stopped eating her evening meal, though she still ate breakfast. Dr. Sato was quiet for a moment. "I'd like you to take Elias back to the pediatrician. Ask specifically for a tympanometry test on the right ear. Tell them the ear has been pulled at for 5 days, and you want to rule out otitis media with effusion. It doesn't always present with visible inflammation. The standard otoscope check can miss it, especially in very young ears. The tympanometry measures eardrum mobility. If there's fluid, the eardrum won't move normally." The tympanogram for Elias's right ear was flat, completely flat. The eardrum was not moving at all. There was a significant volume of fluid trapped behind it, enough to cause pressure, pain, and if left untreated, potential hearing damage. The fluid was infected. A culture taken 2 days later showed Haemophilus influenzae, a bacterial strain that in infants can progress from ear infection to mastoiditis to meningitis, if untreated. Not all heroes wear capes, some wear collars. Subscribe for the next unbelievable rescue. The pediatrician prescribed amoxicillin. Within 48 hours, Elias stopped pulling at his ear. Within 72 hours, Pepper returned to her own bed and resumed eating her evening meal. Michelle asked Dr. Sato how a 5-pound Yorkshire Terrier could detect fluid behind a baby's eardrum. "Dogs hear frequencies up to 65,000 hertz, he said. "Humans top out around 20,000. But more importantly, dogs can hear the difference in acoustic resonance between a healthy ear canal and one filled with fluid." To Pepper, Elias's right ear didn't sound right. It sounded different from the left ear, and she went to investigate the discrepancy. What's remarkable is that she decided to do something about it. She chose to alert you repeatedly. Despite being removed from the situation repeatedly, that's not instinct. That's determination. Subscribe so you never miss one. Michelle's husband, David, had been skeptical throughout the entire ordeal. He was an engineer. He liked evidence. He liked data. He liked things that could be measured and replicated. The baby monitor footage was evidence. The tympanogram was data. The culture results were measurable. He watched the footage one more time. The tiny dog standing on the changing table at 2:30 in the morning, nose pressed to a baby's ear, motionless for 11 minutes, and he picked Pepper up and held her against his chest. She weighed 5 pounds. She had saved his son's hearing. That Friday evening, David went to the pet store and bought the most expensive dog bed they sold. Orthopedic memory foam, machine washable cover, raised bolster sides. He placed it beside Elias's crib. Pepper sniffed it once, jumped over the bolster, and settled into the memory foam with the particular satisfaction of a dog who knows she has earned something. She slept there every night for the next 2 years. If you've ever looked at your dog and wondered what they know, subscribe. We have the answers. 3 months later, Pepper began pressing her nose against Elias's left ear. This time, they ordered the tympanometry immediately. The next story involves a Labrador, a baby, and a sound coming from inside the walls that only one of them could hear.